Welcome back, everybody. Back into it. Today we'll be talking about Frieren. Today, this character, oh man. Again, like I talked about in the first video, I was gonna be doing every single character potentially moving forward. I'm testing it out to see if I like it or not, because it's its own discussion video on one character and the artifact, right? So that's basically the TLDR. So let's get into it, right? Character itself, high attack, decent speed. All the units have self-imprint crit chance, which is the most broken self-imprint in my opinion. And it allows you to basically use weaker gear, I guess. Not really weaker gear, but you can maximize your damage. And that's very, very good. And it technically does lower your gear requirements to gear this characters because of crit chance, right? So that means you don't have to really worry about crit chance in other pieces of gear. Maybe you don't have it and all that. That's why I think crit chance OP. Crit chance imprint is absolutely OP. I'm pretty sure a lot of people, not even me, agree with that. So many other people, not just me, right? So let's talk about this character, right? So off rip, her passive alone. Again, I made a whole video talking about this passive. Insane. Very, very broken passive. The first character of its kind to basically have a resource increase, which overall is very, very insane. Who would have thought they released it on a collaboration unit? And I'm saying this again, like I said in the other video. Do not miss that on this character. They can release again, moving forward, any character that has Fine Spirit or Focus can make use of this. That's very, very important. So if say a player starts after this collaboration is over, well then, man, they're missing out on a really OP unit because this is the only character that actually does this, right? So, again, please do not miss these collaboration units. I've made so many videos. I've mentioned it so many times, but I gotta keep saying it. Do not miss out on these collaboration units, right? Or any collaboration units at that point, right? So, not only does she have the resource increase, which that alone in itself is already insane. That right there is already broken. She has defense magic. When souls is 4 or higher, basically what it is, when attack consumes 4 souls, nullifying damage from skills. So if she has book, let's say you have 20 souls, right? So every time she gets hit, it will use up 4 souls, and she takes 0 damage. So 4, 8, 12, 16. She can be hit 4 times. Actually, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. My bad. My math is rusty. 7 in the morning. 5 times she can be hit. And she will take 0 damage. But she should still take drink, 3F, all that type of stuff, good stuff damage. She will be taking it. Fairy Tale, right? Anything that does additional damage, she more than likely is going to be taking that, right? Because this only nullifies damage from skills. It does not nullify from artifacts. Or any... Yeah, basically about it, right? Just artifacts. But, again, very, very good. But we're still not done with her passive. Not only does she have that, she also has, after being attacked, increases combat readiness of all allies by 10%. Basically, MO Lua passive, right? Again, this character's passive is absolutely insane. A must-have character, and it's so broken just from all of this alone, right? She's a DPSer. She has resource increase. She has her own protection, which, again, I preach so much about. I love when characters have their own way to protect themselves, because that goes a long way. Alright? Fern has evasion. This character has defense magic. Like, Afternoon Soak Flan, evasion. I really like that a lot. Wretched Rose, stealth. Right? All these good stuff, right? Now let's go talk about her S3. S3 is going to be her DPS. After granting increased attack to the caster, and again, she's a self-buffer. So again, another good thing, which I love a lot. I love when a character actually has its own attack buff, or just owns buff itself. After attacking, increases attack to the caster for 3 turns, attacks all enemies with lightning magic, dispelling all buffs. I'm gonna be honest, that's gonna be useless. I mean, you could build her effectiveness if you really want to, but there's no ignore ER here. Nah, you don't really. It's up to you. But I wouldn't really build that much effectiveness. Maybe 50 effectiveness on her if you have leftover stats, which you may have leftover stats because of her crit chance imprint. So let's say you do triple S her, you get the crit chance imprint, and then guess what? Instead of having crit chance, you can roll effectiveness and throw it on her. That's going to be pretty good. I think that's going to be pretty good. And then she has increases combat readiness of the caster by 50%, and it does penetrate the target's defense by 50%. Overall, nice character. Again, I like the S3. Again, I don't really care for The dispelling all buffs, it's whatever. She's already so good as is. That's just a little icing on the top. But again, does ignore Yar perfectly fine. Now let's talk about her S1. Her S1 is attacks enemy with magic and grants immunity to the caster for 1 turn. Again, another way to protect yourself. Man, oh man. When it is a caster's turn, activates Vozamba as an extra attack. Attacks all enemies with flame magic. Damage done increases proportion to the amount of the enemy's lost health. Yeah, read that again. Proportion to the amount of enemies' lost health. I'm pretty sure this is the first kind of character we've gotten where she is doing more damage based on how much HP they lost. I'm pretty sure she's the first of its kind. Right? The only one, like Crow and Yoha, Blue Crow, right, by the way, they have, they do damage based on how much HP they lost. But I'm pretty sure this is the first time we've ever seen a character do damage proportion to the amount of HP they lost. We need to see the mods on this, because this could actually be really, really insane, right? And then for 10 souls, you do more damage on their S1. Very, very good. Again, these characters are OP. I love these characters. All of them are really, really good. You really don't want to miss out on it. Now let's talk about the juicy stuff. The drama stuff. Oh man, oh man. We have a 5-star Tagahel. At the start of the battle, you gain 20 souls. And then at the start of the turn, you have a 100% chance to gain 2 souls. Now, I've seen mixed emotions about this artifact. I've seen it being OP. I've seen it being whatever. KJ himself mentioned it as well. This is kind of OP. Kind of OP, right? So KJ made a post about it, right? You will translate if you want to, but he did mention it. But he did bring up a good point as well. Right? But this is technically a power creep. It is a power creep, right? It is a power creep. But the problem with this artifact, not only is it being a power creep, it's the fact that it's a collaboration artifact. Now, if this was just a normal 5-star artifact, I feel like it'll be perfectly fine. It'll be perfectly fine. But since this is a collaboration artifact, that's a big problem. Because who knows how long we have to wait until Smilegate decides to make their own version of this artifact, right? They recently made Tachi's. They recently made Guardian Ice Crystal. They also recently made Rocket Punch as well. But how long are we going to have to wait to see this artifact in Smilegate's own way? Who knows? Who knows, right? It's almost been 1 year since Overlord collab. We don't know when they're going to do 3F. So again, it's all up in the air at this point. But the biggest problem I've seen with this artifact, and I myself included do agree with it, is that it's a collaboration artifact. It is a power creep collaboration artifact. Again, sorry for coughing. It is a broken artifact, right? It's literally a better Tagahel. It's OP, of course. You want to get multiple copies of this. Because if you miss out on this, for any future character that actually needs the extra little souls, it goes a long way. So I fully expect a lot, if not a bunch of people, to go all in deep on Frierin's banner. For sure, because of this artifact alone. And again, you really don't want to miss out on it. Yes, I think Tagahel is perfectly fine. Don't get me wrong. Tagahel ain't going nowhere. It's still going to be insane. It's not going nowhere. But if you have this artifact maxed, you might as well use this because it is a better Tagahel. And you get the extra attack because it is a 5-star artifact, right? So again, it is a very, very good artifact. But again, there is kind of drama around the artifact because it is a collaboration artifact. It's the bad part. Again, if it was a normal RGB artifact, whatever, it's good. But the problem I see, it is a collaboration artifact. I don't really like that it's limited behind a collaboration. But again, it is nice to know that they're at least going to make this potentially down the road. We just don't know when. Again, if any new player watching this video, coming later on, if you missed the collaboration, man. Again, Tagahel is fine. It don't matter. Tagahel ain't going nowhere. This is just a better version, right? But other than that, overall as a character, the artifact itself, all around, insane. 10 out of 10 character, must have artifact, must have character. I love this. I like it. I love the artifact, but I hate how it's implemented, right? I don't like how it's a collaboration artifact. But other than that, though, that's pretty much going to be it about Frieren and her artifact. Again, overall, better target health, insane character, definitely worth summoning, and definitely worth going all the way down to 0 if you really want to, right? Again, we have about 3 weeks to prepare for Fern. Frieren is the first banner, so just keep that in mind, right? But on the net though, thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you have a good day, and I will see you guys later on. Peace out.